Hey guys, welcome to Project Rebel Snake Part 3. Sorry it took so long to get the third one made. I was doing a lot of rust repair and structural reinforcement of the car. But here it is. Just wanted to show you what I've got done so far. All the rust repair is pretty much done. I just got to finish doing some grinding. The inner and outer rockers are in. I made that patch right there. Let's see. I got the mock engine in. As you can see, it's not going to fit. Width-wise, it's fine. This is a V10 for those of you who aren't sure. This is a styrofoam block. It weighs about 45 pounds. But as you can see, it's like jammed up against the firewall, and it sits, the motor mounts kind of sit too far over. So I need to push it back about 8 inches. I'm not going to cut the firewall right now. I have other things going on. But I was able to fix the front valance. I made a decision to get rid of the rain troughs. They didn't really serve a lot of purpose. They would constantly get plugged up with pine needles and leaves, and that just would rot out, and they didn't really do anything. So what I did was I just put a piece of Dawn pipe in there and just welded it in. Most of the support for that was to keep this in place. So I was able to welded a piece of steel in here and then welded that onto that. It's pretty sturdy. And again, it's something you're not going to see, so I'm not overly concerned with it. Welds could be a little bit better, but they're sturdy and they hold. Patch panel's done here. By the way, I have new fenders, so I'm not really using these fenders at all. I have brand new ones I purchased, so I just have to sand those down and prep those. It's another patch panel I did. I still have a little bit of body work to do here and there. But I did, as you can see, I did get the wheels on. I started mini tubbing it. These are 345 R2520s. Or 345/25 ZR20s. I had to do a little chopping. I may have to notch out the frame wheel, which I'm probably going to do. I had to kind of pound that back, and it's pretty tight in there. I'm not sure. We'll see how it works. I don't know where it's going to sit when the suspension is loaded, so we'll see what happens. But right now it's okay. I'm going to take a measurement for my rear end. Getting there. See there? I'm gonna have to add a couple inches to the tub. Just cut that out and I'll weld that back up. I think I'm gonna notch it. Here's the frame rail right there. Okay. So here's the motor. I know that I told you guys I'd get it running. This is a Viper tank, the fuel pump. Got it hooked up, got pressure. Hot wire harness is in. It's ready to go. There's a transmission. I'm going to clean that up. Probably put some gaskets in it. New clutch, pressure plate. So let's start this thing up. There it is. I told you it'd start. So that's good. It seems to be running pretty strong. There's no knocking noise. So I'm pretty happy with that purchase. I'm going to clean that up a little bit more. But for now, I guess the next thing I'm going to do is finish up the mini tubs, get the rear suspension in. I'm ordering a 4-link rear suspension from Control Freak, hopefully this winter. And then the rear end from John's Rear Ends. And and I'll be installing that this winter. That's that project. And then I'll probably do subframe connectors right here. As you can see here, I had to actually make this support. They don't make this anymore, so I made it out of square channel. I cut it in half, and I welded it onto a piece of plate steel, and then I tacked it in. But I'm going to be running subframe connectors from here. They weld onto there, and then they connect to here. So I'll be doing that. That's one over there I did. I wanted to use some seam sealer just to, you know, clean it up a little bit more. I plan on using lizard skin under here, so I'm going to be covering the hole underneath anyways. Yeah, some of the welds are a little rough, you know. I mean, I'm welding 40-year-old metal. It's kind of tough, but you know, like I said, it's going to be a driver, so I'm going to be completely covering the whole bottom with lizard skin or some other type of industrial undercoating. So over here, I have a little problem that I didn't like. This thing was rotting a little bit. Most of the metal here is pretty... Okay, so on the front subframe connectors, notice there's a rot hole here. It's a little concerning to me because the V10 motor weighs about 800 pounds, so it's significantly heavier than the AMC 290 that came in it. So I was able to dig around in there. I don't see any further rot. I think it's just that one area where water was kind of leaking down and just causing that. It's structurally, it's pretty decent, but I don't want to take any chances because it just seems like it's just starting to eat away right here. I don't want to take any chances. So what I've done is I've had special gussets made that I'm going to be sandwiching in on both sides. This is 3/16 plate steel. Well, I think once these are in, nothing's going to happen at that point. I mean, nothing's twisted or shifted at this point, so I think we're good. I'm just going to throw a few beads on there and stiffen it up a little bit. And I'm going to do that on both sides. And as for the back, you know, since the fit is just really tight, I may end up just going ahead and, you know, cutting this frame rail out right around here. And I'll just notch it back, and then I'll use this as a template, and then have a 3/16 plate steel, you know, cut, and I'll just weld that back in, and I'll fill it in with a little gusset plate here, and that will give me enough room for these big monsters. Yeah, I'm trying to fit the car to the tire, unlike the other way around, but you know, I think they're gonna fit. They're 13.6 inches wide, if you didn't know, so that's pretty wide. Doing nothing, you could probably put a 11.5, a 12-inch tire on a Rebel. But I wanted to go a little extreme. I'm trying to get that resto mod look, so I kind of wanted to do this project. It was pretty cool. And also, you know, we did some patching of the interior. Sorry, it's a mess in here, but I'll show you around the other side. This is a patch right here I just did. All this was cut out, welded back in, and I put some undercoating on there. Again, this is one of those things where, you know, I'm gonna lizard skin the inside and spray some sound deadening in here, and then it's gonna be covered with carpet. So, you know, I'm not killing myself to make it perfect. I actually fixed this as well too. This is another piece I cut out, and I put some seam sealer in there just to make sure nothing gets through all around here as well. I'm not done. I still have some more stuff to do, but the main patching is done. I planned at one point to try and put an exhaust out through here. I thought that would look cool. You know, on 60 they had these non-functional scoops. They were kind of goofy. They didn't really serve any purpose. They're kind of neat from a distance. It almost looks like an exhaust. But after further investigating, I would have to come up through here, you know, bring it in kind of here and then down, and that would get in the way of the rear window. I mean, yeah, I'd have to either remove the rear window and make it permanent, which still might happen, I'm not sure, or, you know, I have a spot to bring it up. I could just run it up through here, through this location here, which is pretty cool. I mean, I definitely can run the exhaust over here and then up, keep it tight, and then, which would bring me somewhere right around here, and then I would have to kind of bring it in here and maybe a 90. It would be a little weird. I'd have to do some different angles, and I think I can get it to work. I think it would have to come up a little higher, not as low. I'd have to almost probably come up here, which would get in the way with this body line, which I don't want to do. That's why I'm thinking I'm just going to not bring it out here, save myself a lot of aggravation. And I may bring out a 4 pipes out of the rear. I may make something back here and bring out 4 pipes, something neat. I like the old like 90 Camaro exhaust, that square, long, skinny, square exhaust. You know, I was going to TIG weld 4 of those together, make them look cool. I'll figure something out. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Alright guys, hey, thanks for listening, and stay tuned. Hope to have another one here by the end of winter. Again, I'll be getting the Control Freak rear furling suspension installed, hopefully, and then John's rear end. I'm getting Coddington wheels made. I'm waiting for those to come. I want to mount these tires and take a measurement from flange to flange, and that way I can get my the proper dimensions, and obviously the rear end's going to be shortened for this particular application. I'm going to do a Ford 9-inch. You know, this isn't going to be a high velocity car. I want really just a lot of low end power, so I'm probably going to do 411s, maybe a 373. I'm not really sure yet for gears. I have to think about it some more. But yeah. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Peace out.